Hey everyone! I am feeling super weird today. I'm just feeling very strange, very off, and I think I am feeling a bit low today. And I was in the middle of filming a video this morning with you about how I was coping with this, and as I was saying it, I was like, this is not what I'm doing. This is not what I'm doing. So as always, I want to be authentic with you, I want to be honest with you. So what I'm actually doing and what has actually helped me to get out of feeling like in a bit of a rut today is actually putting on a crazy, ridiculous playlist of music that's got loads of like mental, jazzy pop songs on there, which I wasn't going to play. And then I thought, always music makes me feel better. And so I started playing the playlist, and as soon as the first song came on, it was like, yes. I think music just has a massive influence on my life, and so playing that music made a huge difference and it made me feel better already. So I'm going to carry on listening to that bonkers playlist. The next thing that really helped me is also moving around. I think, again, Tony Robbins says this actually quite a lot, that if you get into a bit of a rut, actually move your body. And it's the same kind of logic as if you smile and then it makes you automatically feel happier, but let's face it, that doesn't always necessarily translate in everyday life. You're not just like, oh yeah, I feel great. So, but actually moving your body, I find really helps me. So getting up literally for just 5 minutes and dancing around to that stupid playlist has made me feel a million times better. So definitely listen to music, move around, whatever space you have available to you, and you will feel much better. What was the other thing I wrote down? I've been making notes as I've been going along. Going outside, yeah, so it's pouring down with rain today. It's like freezing fog. It's like ridiculous, awful weather. And I thought, there's no way I'm going outside. So instead, what I did is I just opened my bedroom window, which is a bit of a cop-out. It's just better to go outside with an umbrella, but I just couldn't face it today and just sit in the rain. So yeah, I opened my bedroom window and I just listened to the birds and the chorus of the birds. And I'm gonna go and do it again now because it's just getting dark and they have just beautiful song at this time. So even if you can't physically get outside for whatever reason at the moment, or you don't have access to that space, even just leaning out your window to get some fresh air, it will make you feel so much better. So definitely getting outside. The other thing that made me feel better is speaking to my mom over lunchtime. That definitely lifted my spirits and made me feel like I actually had a community and had people around me, and it was just nice to have a bit of a chat. And again, to be honest, I know she'll probably watch this, but generally it's kind of like, oh, I'll do that later, I'll do that another time. Work gets so busy and I don't normally put the time aside to do that, but actually finding time to do it over lunch has actually been really helpful, and it means that I can actually hold a conversation with the other person and I'm not half dead and asleep after a full day's work. So finding time to connect with someone who you love, someone that you care about in some way that is meaningful, and actually being present in that conversation and not trying to do 20 things at once is also really helpful. And yeah, we're just like laughing about silly things and not really talking about anything in particular, but just connecting, and also getting to see my animals over FaceTime, because obviously they can't live with me here. If you watch my other videos, you'll know I've talked about this house that I'm in. It's rented at the moment. So yeah, so I really miss my animals at the moment, and not being able to go home is obviously like compounding that. So it's nice just to see them, even if I can't physically be with them and touch them at the moment. It's nice just to see them over FaceTime. So connecting with your community, someone that you love, or if you feel like, you know, you don't have anyone to reach out to someone else. If you're feeling like, oh, why should I bother texting that person or ringing that person because they haven't messaged me? That's how you get into a vicious cycle with these relationships, and no one ever wants to make the first move. So why not put yourself out there, message a friend that you haven't spoken to in a while, or just message the third person down on your WhatsApp contact list or whatever it looks like, and ping them a message and just say, hey, how are you doing today? Because chances are, if you're feeling a bit down or a bit lonely or a bit isolated at this time, someone is going to be feeling the same as you, or even potentially worse than you. So don't wait for someone to reach out to you, and reach out to someone as well. The other thing I just wanted to mention is to also try to get out of your head as much as possible, as in do the things that you need to do without judging yourself. For me, I really try to overcome the need to watch shitty TV programs and just sit and binge watch Netflix, and I try to like sit and read a book or something like that that's constructive, which helps. But sometimes I just don't want to do that and I just sit and watch Netflix, and that's fine. Don't judge yourself for that. If you can, then go to spiritual teachers. So for me, what that means is watching Russell Brand on YouTube, or watching Eckhart Tolle, or is it Tolle? Who knows? On YouTube. So we've got this technology at our fingertips, which means that we can listen to these people in our ears through podcasts or watch them on YouTube or whatever. So you don't have to sit and like isolate yourself and be there reading a book. You can do it when you're emptying the dishwasher and making the dinner and whatever by watching videos. So yeah, that's definitely also another thing that always helps me, is turning to those spiritual leaders and teachers who influence me and make me feel better, because they always have some words of wisdom in there. So also turning to those people is really, really helpful, I find, as well. Finally, the other last thing that I just want to mention is that this isn't you. This isn't a product of you. There's nothing wrong with you. This is just human existence. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. That is who we are as human beings, and there's nothing wrong with the days when you feel like you are a bit more limited and you don't have much capacity for things. You know, it's those days that you need to go within and look after yourself and do what it is that you need to do. So don't judge yourself for that. We live in a very strange society which just takes a piss when it comes to the human soul and connection and community and all the things that we need to thrive as human beings. You know, that's stripped away from us on a daily basis, even before this whole flipping like pandemic thing happened, and now obviously that is compounded. So don't feel like there's anything wrong with you. You are not alone feeling a bit weird, a bit out of it, a bit down, a bit isolated. You know, we're all here with you, so do not feel alone at this time. And yeah, just know that there are really practical things that you can do to make yourself feel better, but also know that things will get better and brighter as well.